What is going on, YouTube? In this video, I'm going to be going over for you guys how to fully automate your barber business. And this is something that literally nobody talks about, right? Not only has automating my barber business allowed me to continue cutting hair while also full-time running my education business because I don't ever have to touch anything in the business, but it is absolutely mandatory if you actually plan on scaling past $10,000 a month and sustaining that as a barber. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to teach you guys literally everything you need to know about who to hire, how to train a team, and how to start automating your barber business so that you can work less, work smarter, not harder, and make way more. What is going on, YouTube? As you guys saw in the intro, pretty much automating a barber business is one of the most highest leverage things you can do, and barely anybody does it or talks about it. So as usual, I'm going to be exposing a lot of stuff that nobody in the industry talks about, like how these barbers are actually making anywhere from 20 to 30K a month, and actually scaling past $10,000 a month. And I'll be the first to tell you guys the key here is not working harder, but working smarter, right? Because 99% of business owners, once they get to that point, right, there's only so many things you can do in the business, especially as a barber. There's only so many hours in a day. So at this point, we were making around $10,000 a month, or even before then. The goal becomes, how can I work smarter and get as hands off as I can, because the real goal here is time and freedom, not money. And just so you guys can see that I'm actually like knowing what I teach, right? My guy Brian is scaled to $10,000 a month. We automated his process, got him an editor and everything. Same thing with my guy Palermo, right? We pretty much automated his entire process once he started making $10,000 a month. And the same thing with my guy Yusuf here, as well as myself. The only reason I'm able to run this education business and also cut hair and still pulling clients at $100 a cut consistently is because I have my barber business completely automated. Because the truth is, you're never going to be able to scale without delegation, right? You're never going to be able to delegate without having a proper team. The goal should not be just be a barber anymore, but you should be able to be an operator, a team leader, someone who's actually the owner of a real business that can function even when you're not able to work 12 hours a day on the business. Not only is being able to automate your barber business going to pull out so much more longevity for your business and help you avoid burnout, but it really is the key to scaling past $10,000 a month as a barber. The first hire that you're going to want to make on a team is going to be an editor. Editor is probably the most pivotal thing. It's the most key thing. It changes the game completely. It's like the highest leverage thing you can do. It's a crazy lever you can pull. The editor is going to be editing all your short form content. So if you're daily posting, this means the reels, the TikToks, the YouTube shorts. And the editor actually will create real consistency within your schedule while helping you completely avoid burnout. The whole goal of the editor is to have consistent automated content flowing through, and your entire marketing process to just be completely automated, where all you have to do is show up to the barbershop, record a video, send it to the editor, and everything should be handled from there. This completely removes editing off your plate, which is one of the worst things that you could be spending an hour every single day doing. And I mean, most barbers just hate editing, right? We all quit because editing is exhausting, and we just want to focus on the filming and the content ideas. We don't want to have to be like editing videos and stuff. When should you actually hire an editor though? The thing is, a lot of people want to skip this step. They want to skip to the editor and get it right away, thinking that the editor is going to be a cheat code to hire super early on, right? Oh, I just skip editing. The pitfalls to this is, if you try and hire an editor too early on, it's going to come back and it's going to haunt you, because if you don't know how to edit videos properly, you don't know how to set expectations, you don't have that like discipline level to where you can even post consistently yourself, how are you going to possibly hire an editor? Because you can't expect someone else to do what you can't do yourself. How are you possibly going to be able to expect an editor to work every single day if you can't even do that yourself? And how are you going to teach them how to edit content that gets, a bunch of views or is high quality or pulls in clients if you don't even know how to do that yourself, right? They're only going to know as much as you teach. Typically though, you can expect to pay these editors anywhere from $15 to $20 per YouTube video / TikTok video / Instagram reel. And just always remember, like, the editor is going to be probably your first hire, your first employee, which means that he's a team member. And therefore, his success is going to be your responsibility as a business owner, right? So if they fail, the editor is bad, if he's late, if he's not up to standard, if he just sucks at editing, it's all on your ultimate responsibility. And at the end of the day, that's going to come down to being a leadership issue with you as a barber. Secondly, what is a second hire you can make? Well, the second hire I ever made when I reached around $12,000 a month was hiring my first virtual assistant, which basically just automated the entire backbone of my business. Right? Virtual assistant managed everything operational, right, and really just glued the systems together between all my other like moving parts within the business. Literally any task that I didn't want to do, I would have my virtual assistant help out with, which included posting my content, posting on my story, communicating with the editor, managing my Google Drive of all the little clips that I had for my editor and sending them back and forth. And it just really takes automation to the next level, because now you have a second employee who's basically acting as you, able to communicate, able to manage emails, handle client messages, handle booksy issues, like maybe you need to charge a client late. Whatever the case might be, a virtual assistant can handle it for you with the proper training. Virtual assistant can help you manage your finances, serve almost like an accountant, update your tracking sheets, and just do any like admin tasks in the business. It keeps the systems really clean and automated. Obviously, like a lot of these tasks are just wasting your time. Like you shouldn't even be touching them if you're actually looking to scale. And then what is the last thing we can do? How to become really advanced with this, right? Because the first two are cool. The first two are pretty like common sense. But then we want to take this to the next level. How can we apply this concept of winning our time back, outsourcing tasks, and focusing all our mental capacity and bandwidth on what's actually going to pull the lever and move the business forward and actually scale this thing up? Well, to do that, you need to start outsourcing in all tasks of your life. And this is something I didn't really start doing until I had a bit more capital, I had a bit more of a budget, and I really just started like applying this concept to all areas of my life. Like, how can I outsource these tasks? How can I make my life as simple as possible? Because I was getting decision fatigue. If you constantly do low leverage daily tasks like chores, just stuff that is like eating up at your time, how are you ever going to have freedom, and how are you ever going to have like the bandwidth left over to actually make crazy decisions in your business if you just get decision fatigue all the time? The more automation you have and the less decisions you have to make on a daily basis as a business owner, the farther you're going to get. And if you look at all the top successful business owners, they're always going to try and typically avoid like lower leverage work, because high leverage tasks are actual growth activities, while small tasks, low leverage tasks, are going to drain your focus, again, kill growth, and just eat up too much bandwidth. As a barber that's actually printing, right, as actually making money, you're going to want to focus on like only the needle moving tasks here: cutting hair, creating new content ideas, studying the market, raising prices, planning stuff out, and hopping on meetings with the rest of the team. Which means, what can you actually do? What's actually some tangible hires or some stuff you could automate today? Well, you could automate cleaning of your shop. You could automate cleaning of your house. You could hire cooking services or meal prep so you don't have to cook again. Just think of all these little tasks that you could just free up and just get real freedom from by not having to actually like think about these decisions. I've even gone as far as recently to hire an investment firm / brokerage to completely manage my investments, my stocks, everything like that, because I'm not the best at stocks. I don't really know what's going on in the market. So I completely have almost outsourced this to people who are professional. They're going to take a cut of the money that I make, but they're actually professionals at investing. This way, I just send them the money. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to touch my investments or worry about where they're going. I know that it's with professionals and that I don't ever have to like think about that or touch that ever again. Same thing with accounting, bookkeeping, all this good stuff. You're always going to want people who are better at it than you, people whose main bandwidth, their main task, their main goal is to do one specific task. Because if you try and wear all the hats within your business, it's just a recipe for burnout. And not only that, but trying to do everything in the business yourself is going to cap you out of the income eventually. That pretty much wraps up the video, guys. It was short, straight to the point. Hopefully it was pretty valuable for you guys. If you guys have any other questions or anything, feel free to DM me on Instagram, and let's just keep scaling up. That pretty much wraps up the video, guys. Hopefully you guys found it pretty valuable as usual. And if you guys want to see the same results I got for myself and all my other clients and how we implemented this directly into their business, go ahead and look in the YouTube description. There will be a link there to book a call with us. See if we can help. See you guys soon.